I'd say, of course, that Prince Harry's done incredibly well with that best-selling book, Spare. I mean, let's not forget, at the start of the year, people were saying they wouldn't buy it. Of course, it would be a flop. Penguin Random House have yet to turn a profit on that book, whatever they are saying. You know, they paid too much out. They can't ever really recoup that back, even though, of course, Prince Harry's done a smattering of publicity to help sell it. But it did turn into a bestseller. And as I say, a bestseller doesn't necessarily mean a profit, the way that a lot of people are spinning that particular story. This is because it's at various prices around the world. So, you know, you might be able to pick it up for $5, you might pay $40, depending on where you are. But now the bigger picture is really focusing on the fact that Meghan Markle herself is about to put keyboard to paper, pen to paper, whatever you want to call it, with her own fascinating tomb. As ever though, how fascinating could it be? Let me explain. Hi, good morning. Nice to see you. Hope you're all keeping well. Yes, that Boy George story rumbles on, doesn't it? A lot of people were rather sad by the breakup and the demise, but of course, memories are made of this, are they not? And we do remember all of those great pop tunes that Culture Club and Boy George gave us. I think we should just be thrilled about that. It's always about money, as I often say, but you know, it's the same thing could be said of the ex-royals known as Harry and Meghan, because as we know, they've monetized simply everything, whichever way you look at it. You know, spending 20 quid to listen to Prince Harry talking to a therapist must be the most daftest things you could ever spend your money on. What did we learn? He had some sort of ADD or whatever. I thought that was a rock band, or is it AC/DC? Anyway, one or the other. But you know, the bottom line is you just kind of think, who truly cares? But of course, Meghan Markle is the big bucks for Penguin Random House, and they are hoping that she's going to spill quite a bit. What we can tell you is this, and as ever we have to say allegedly, you see, it looks like Meghan's going down a totally different route to Prince Harry. And this is because, according to that source, she doesn't necessarily want to be as, shall we say, bombshelly, not necessarily, but her life really is only going to be covered from the moment that she quits the cable TV series Suits and entering and her time during the royal family, seemingly from around about 37 right through to the present day, I'm presuming. Of course, now what's interesting here is the bosses know that nobody's really interested in the witterings of a wannabe actress struggling to get a role and a performing sort of, you know, career going. Meghan knows only too well that, you know, the highlighted stuff would be for there all to see. She didn't really hit anything until she got a supporting role in Suits, so you can understand that. But the bigger difference is this, that she's not going to be using a ghost writer. Oh no, apparently she wants to write it herself from the heart. And I think what's interesting about this particular thing is, you see, when you consider Prince Harry decided to use a ghostwriter, this would have made more sense if perhaps when you consider this, that Harry would have sat down and thought, well, you know, I'll put this in, or I don't like this, or whatever, as you can see. Now, according to that good source, Meghan knows herself that a story is valuable, but it has to come from her. The tricky bit why she can't go further back is the litigation alongside her half-sister Samantha. And of course, there's far too many skeletons in the closet, are there not, for everybody to rebook it. But also, when you think about it, this has already happened to Prince Harry. People have, you know, dismissed elements of his story, particularly about the older woman being his very first paramour, all of that sort of stuff. But for now, apparently, according to that good source, and again, allegedly, Meghan looks like she wants to go it alone, tell her story from beginning to end, exactly what happened and how she felt during those oh so difficult times, entering the world's most famous family, who were ever so welcoming, alongside the British press over here that she feels so hurt and hard done by. Now, would you be buying that book? Neil Sean in the very heart of London.